GIT 500, the hypothesis. What is a hypothesis? Well, an official definition is an unproven theory or statement. Basically, it's a prediction of an experiment's outcome, how you think as the researcher it's going to turn out. When coming up with a hypothesis, it is important to write it correctly so that it can actually be measured. That's the whole thing about research. You want to be able to measure things. So the easiest way to do that is to use an if-then sentence structure. Going back to the teenage pianist question from the previous lectures, we could have a hypothesis structured like this. If teenage piano players take lessons, then they will be better pianists. I could be more specific there, but that could be something that could be tested. The structure of that if-then sentence is if an independent variable is introduced, then the dependent variable will change, either increase or decrease, or do something else. If we break my hypothesis about teenage piano players down, this is how it would look. If teenage piano players take 3 months of piano lessons, so I'm even more specific with my independent variable now, then the level of the teenage player piano skills, that's the dependent variable, that's what we wanted to see if we could affect, will change, will increase. So that's my theory. My hypothesis is if teenage piano players take 3 months of piano lessons, their piano skills will increase. Now, in GIT, we usually don't do purely quantitative research. We either do qualitative research or mixed method. And typically, a qualitative research study doesn't have a hypothesis. It can, but typically these kind of studies, qualitative studies, are more focused on discovering information than proving or disproving a specific thing. Just so it's easy to remember this, qualitative, it's trying to answer how and why questions, trying to discover what. Quantitative is trying to answer how much or how many questions and is trying to prove or disprove something. And then mixed methods might be trying to do both, but even when you have mixed methods, you don't always have a hypothesis. So what we talked about was the definition of a hypothesis, how to write a hypothesis with an if-then sentence, and then how these hypotheses are used in quantitative, qualitative, and mixed methods research.